You've probably seen him on your feed. A calm voice, spiritual, deep words. He looks wise, peaceful, like one of those spiritual Muslims that everyone loves. He says things like, I left religion, but I'm still Muslim.
Are you a Muslim, yes or no? Of course I'm a Muslim. Are you kidding me? Of course I'm a Muslim. Okay, so there you go.
But then he says this.
Me. That is when I stopped believing in religion and continued my belief in the idea of God and decided to create my own religion. It's called Gnosticism.
You nod. It sounds open-minded, modern, relatable. But what if I told you this isn't wisdom? This is deception. Because slowly, without you realizing it, he's planting seeds of doubt. He says the first thing he learned in Islam was discipline.
And so I read about Islam, and the first thing I learned is discipline.
Nice, right? Motivational. But the first thing you learn in Islam is Tawheed, the oneness of Allah. That's the foundation. Everything else comes after. But he skips that part, because if you skip Tawheed, you can twist Islam into whatever you want. Then he says,
This is where Islam started, in a cave that looks something like this.
Islam started in a cave. Sounds poetic, deep, but completely wrong. Islam didn't start in a cave. Revelation did. Islam has been there since Adam, peace be upon him, since the very beginning of humanity. But he says it with so much confidence that people believe it. He's mixing truth with falsehood, and that's how confusion begins. Then he says,
My favorite religion is your religion. Yeah, my favorite religion is whatever you believe in, because whatever you believe in works.
Even those that worship gods other than Allah, he calls it love, he calls it unity. But that's not love, that's shirk. That's saying all paths are equal when Allah himself said they are not. And people in the comments go, wow, so deep, bro. It's not deep, it's dangerous. He even calls himself a Palestinian Muslim man, but tweets, I'm Israeli first, then Palestinian. While people in Gaza are suffering, he's out here playing both sides for attention. This isn't about the truth anymore. It's about image, clout dressed up as spirituality, and look how selective he is.
For 1 month, I read Christian books. I spoke to Christian bishops. 1 month, I read the holiest books. I talked to religious leaders. I read Buddhist books. I talked to Buddhist monks. I read Jewish books. I talked to Jewish rabbis. 1 full month, I read atheist books. I talked to atheist scholars.
When he studies other religions, he goes to experts, scholars, historians. But when it comes to Islam, he says,
But this religion, I did not learn from a sheikh. I learned Islam from my mother.
I learned Islam from my mother, his mom, not an imam, not the Quran. And what she says, it's nowhere in Islamic sources.
إذا إحنا بنرمي قمامة على الأرض الملائكة تتأذى لأنه النظافة هي جزء لا يتجزأ من ديننا.
But millions watch, millions believe, and slowly the real Islam gets replaced by his version of it. Then he does things to prove a point.
For the first time in my life, I shaved my head completely just to make a point.
Like shaving his head for content. What point? When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, shaved his head, it was after pilgrimage, as an act of worship, not for likes, not for a video.
According to Prophet Muhammad, cleanliness is half the faith.
He doesn't even say peace be upon him. That alone tells you something. And here's the real danger. Shaitan knows he can't get you to leave Islam overnight. So what does he do? He sends influencers like this, people who sound peaceful but spread confusion, who speaks of God but not Allah, who makes you feel like religion is just whatever feels right, until the truth gets blurry, until you stop caring about what's actually in the Quran, and your heart starts to die, not suddenly, but slowly, one clip at a time. And I know what you're thinking. But maybe he means well. Maybe he's just finding himself. Maybe. But intention doesn't erase misinformation. And misguidance shared to millions is still misguidance. So what do? You don't need to attack him. You don't need to hate him. But be very alert. Verify everything. When someone speaks about Islam, ask, where in the Quran is that? Where did the Prophet, peace be upon him, say that? Protect your heart like your life depends on it, because it does. This dunya is full of people pretending to guide you while quietly pulling you away from Allah. Don't be fooled by soft words. Be grounded in truth. Be firm in faith. Because on the day of judgment, when Allah asks you, who did you take your deen from, my book or a TikTok influencer, he won't be there to defend you. It'll just be you, your heart, and your choices. Never let Shaitan use a smiling face to make you question the truth that Allah already gave you. If you know this message needs to be heard, hit subscribe, because this isn't just a video. It's your iman on the line.